Welcome in Grant Liffmann, our front office insider. Grant, it has been 3.5 weeks since the trade deadline. Warriors and Clippers both retooling their teams. What have you now learned about both of them now that we have the benefit of hindsight and looking back?
Never a bad time for a little post-mortem. So yeah, when you look at the Warriors and Clippers, they actually were engaged in conversations about Ivica Zubac before he was traded to the Indiana Pacers. Now, this was weeks before the trade deadline when the Warriors are really thinking they had a contending team with a healthy Steph Curry and a healthy Jimmy Butler. Now, once Jimmy Butler got hurt, the calculus changed. The Warriors realized the price was just way too steep for a team that will not contend this season, and so they actually pulled away from Zubac's conversations. Now, were the Warriors interested in Kawhi Leonard? Were any other teams? That is a good question. But here's the thing. When anyone called the Clippers, sources tell me they made it abundantly clear that Kawhi Leonard was off limits, non-starter, don't even ask. He's not getting traded. So, at the trade deadline, so much of the talk was Giannis. Obviously, he's back tonight. Good to see him healthy again. But here's the thing. Sources tell me the reports about the talks, the depth of the talks between the Warriors and the Bucks were overblown. That the Warriors, when all this started happening, reached out to the Bucks, were motivated, said, hey, listen, we have assets. We got Jonathan Kuminga. Let us know what you think. Let's start talking. Bucks really took that and never really got back to them. There was no negotiation. At the end of the day, no specifics were brought up. There was no talk of Draymond Green, no talk of Jimmy Butler, any of that stuff. At the end of the day, it ended there, and there was not much more than that. But there is one thing to know. One source did tell me that the Warriors were under the impression, they had got the impression that Giannis considered them one of the teams that he wanted to play for if he were to be moved. That is important because he also showed how much appreciation he has for Steph Curry over the years. So the Warriors did have that impression. So that is important because as we look forward again, if this were to restart again, the Warriors will obviously be in the mix yet again.
TBD on that. Grant Liffmann, appreciate it. Good digging on that stuff.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.